Live from C129, it's Honors Physical Science with your hosts, Mr. Heller! Thank you everybody. It's great to be here today. It's great to be your teacher. I'm really thankful that here I am in my 16th season of hosting this show, and I feel like I know what I'm doing at this point. So it's just great to have you. The audience, the live audience today is just very into it. Yes. Big money, no whammies. Big money, no whammies. Just so we get it documented, I do like to talk a little bit of sports sometimes. I am predicting Cavs over the Oklahoma City Thunder in 5 games for the NBA Finals. I'm documenting that here. Come back to this on YouTube later and find this prediction. You can follow my other sports bets at... No, I'm just kidding. I don't have sports bets. All right. March Madness. I don't know yet. I haven't looked. I haven't looked yet. So today, we are talking about the law of universal... Any guesses? Gravitation. Yes, we're talking about gravity. The law of universal gravitation essentially says all objects in the universe, what? Have a gravitational force. All objects in the universe have a gravitational force. The other thing is that gravitational force, you guys can just put G-force if you want to, or if you want to write it all out, you can, increases as one or both what increases? Weight. Not weight, mass. We've got to talk about mass. Even a small increase in distance can cause a blank decrease in force. What would you put in that second blank? Large. Did you know that we are losing our moon? Yes. Because of the tides, all right? The moon is getting I don't know. Oh yeah, we got waxing, waning, gibbous. I love how you're throwing out those science words. Okay? The moon is getting farther from the Earth. I think it's by some fraction of a centimeter every year. And eventually, what's going to happen is that an object in motion is going to stay in motion. So eventually, here's the Earth, here's the moon. The moon's just going to go. All right? How fast? However fast it's moving now.
So what would happen to the tides then at that point?
There will be no tides. There will be no tides.
So when do you think this is going to happen?
When? Like a billion years. So we got time. So no matter how small, no matter how small or large objects are, they all have a gravitational force. They all have a gravitational force. So, example, I don't know, an elephant. Who said elephant?
I did.
Okay, an elephant and a mouse. Do both of those have gravitational force?
Yeah.
Are they a large difference in gravitational force?
Yeah.
Does the mouse orbit around the elephant?
No,
Why not?
because there's a bigger gravitational force than there is the elephant.
What's beating the elephant?
The Earth.
Gravity, right?
The Earth's gravity.
So Earth's gravity is a larger gravitational force than even the elephant. So, once again, the more mass, this is so important, the more mass you have, the more what?
More gravity.
The more force. The more mass, the more force. Okay. So, I am going to move this up. Then, I'm going to drop a piece of paper. Are you guys ready for this? I know you've been waiting all day for this. We're going to zoom out a little bit. Okay? I'm going to drop a piece of paper. Let's make this just a little bit lower so we can see if we can see how far. Oh, yeah. It gets crazy. I'm going to drop this piece of paper. And are you guys ready for this?
I'm not ready for this.
I am going to also drop a book.
Oh my God.
Which brings trauma back to me. When I was in 4th grade, we had a sub. Shh. We had a sub one day. And I don't know if you remember when you were in grade school, but the teachers' books were like super thick. All right? And we made this sub so mad. Like the teacher's edition of like the English book in like grade school was like thicker than this. What? She was so mad, she took the book and she's like, everybody sit down and zoom, shut up. She was that mad. And she threw the teacher book on the floor.
Wait, this actually happened?
Yes.
Right.
This is when 4th grade. You can do it.
That's
All right?
mean.
4th grade. Layton Elementary School. All right, in the sub. I don't even remember her name, but I remember that. So, it was crazy. It was a wild, wild west back then. Listen, you know what else happened to me then? We had this lady. Shh. This is an important story. I just thought of this. We had this lady who had like a massive, like, big perm. And like the perm came out like this far. And somebody told her, and this is not true, that I called her behind her back Mrs. Bird's Nest. Not true. Guess who got heads down for the whole inside recess that day?
But it
This
was
guy.
the inside recess though. So
What?
It was
Inside recess, the word track.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I would, that'd be a nice little.
Last story I can think of from grade school is, did you guys ever have to clean out the erasers in grade school?
I told them that.
Okay, this is a very old school thing. So, erasers, this is like 3rd, 4th grade. This is actually kind of a fun, the chalkboard erasers, all right? There was a machine in my grade school. It was in the hallway that like went down to the basement. And it was essentially like a vacuum. So you would put the chalk eraser on the vacuum and it'd just suck all the chalk out of it. But you know what you really did when you went in that room? You took those chalk erasers and boom, 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 just like explosion of chalk everywhere. And you bring it back and show your teacher, they're clean. They'd be like, thank you so much. Anyways, yes.
Why is like Layton like it's a church now?
Yes.
Why is it like boarded up? Like the one
Like
wing
me,
is like bricked over.
I have no idea.
Like why?
I don't know. Anyways,
Isn't there a school that's a house now?
Wait, so.
probably.
So you did
Yes.
the Choctaws before LeBron?
I was the originator of the chalk
Yeah, he
toss.
copied you.
Yes. Remember that LeBron and I are the same age, okay? I'm just way more successful. So I'm going to drop this book and piece of paper. Are you guys ready for this?
Absolutely not.
Which one's going to hit the ground first?
Not loud enough.
Which one hit first? Why?
It resists. Has more gravitational pull.
Gravitational pull.
What was affecting them both equally? Why didn't they hit at the same time? Not mass. Mass does not matter because
Mass.
what is G on Earth?
Gravity.
9.8 meters per second squared. They should have hit at the same time. What else is affecting them?
Air resistance.
Air resistance.
Oh, you're right.
All right, air resistance. So, what if I took air resistance away? Check this out. Paper on top of the book. Fall at the same speed. All right? They fall at the exact same speed. So air resistance matters. Air resistance matters. Okay, back over here. That was a good demo. All right, that was a good demo. All right, it was simple, but it was a good demo.
Wait, isn't today your favorite demo of the year?
It's one of my favorite ones, yes.
This one is?
That's not. That's not.
So we got
All right.
another demo.
Another demo coming up.
I'm so excited.
All right, here we go. All right, so here we go. Let's see if I can get the rest of this all on one page. So here we go. In the absence of air resistance, in the absence of air resistance,
Yeah, I think we missed a couple of notes.
did we?
Yeah, free fall.
Oh, shoot.
G equals 9.
Yeah, we're going to have to move up a little bit. I got excited, all right? I got excited and I started thinking about grade school. All right, let's go back to free fall. Free fall. How would you guys describe free fall?
That one song.
And I'm free, free falling, and I'm free falling. All right, free fall. This is when gravity. Guys, I have had a lot of sugar and caffeine today. I don't know if you can tell, but I am. And that meatball sub. Oh, by the way, I did go to Applebee's last night,
them donuts the other day?
Huh?
Donuts?
I did.
Oh, really good?
Yes, incredible. Shh. I'm talking about Applebee's.
I'm so sorry.
My daughters and I split a pretzel,
Sounds good.
2 mozzarella sticks, because I'm not going to fight them over the mozz sticks.
One time on one of those apples.
That's scary.
Hey, mozzarella sticks are sacred food.
Honey barbecue boneless,
Oh, man.
and I tried the new hot honey glaze. That is legit fire. It's good. Fire in a good way. Not too spicy. Legit. Not spicy enough that's gonna like make your all the rest of your food taste bad. Spicy enough to have a kick that gives you the kick you want. So, free fall. I don't know how I go from this to this. All right. Free fall is when gravity is the only object. No, the only force. Yes, the only force acting on an object. What would be an example where something is in free fall? When gravity is the only force acting on an object.
Like you're falling on the moon.
Skydiver.
But that's air resistance.
No, you have gravity on the moon, but there's no air.
I was thinking of an astronaut. All right? An astronaut. Now, if you think about an astronaut, right? When something is orbiting the Earth, correct? There's 2 ways to think about that. First of all, an object in motion wants to stay in motion. But would you also agree, if this is Earth, and here is the International Space Station, it just keeps falling and missing the Earth, and missing the Earth, and missing the Earth? Think about it like that. Is it just in continual free fall?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard of a tangent?
Yes, we have. Sure have. We have.
These are all tangents. Okay? Think about that. All right? They're all tangents. So when you start thinking about it in terms of SOHCAHTOA, it always takes the tangent to the Earth. So, kind of cool when you think about that.
That's the opposite adjacent.
Yes. Yes. So, G on Earth is 9.8 meters per second squared. So, that is a constant. Yesterday on our packet, we used 10. What did you use?
10.
Good.
I watched the notes.
You watched the notes. Gavin is literally the example student for the notes. Every time he has missed, he has watched the notes and been consistent.
How do you find it?
They're Google Classroom every day. Well, it's there. So, here we go. In the absence of air resistance, now we're here. All objects fall at the same rate regardless of mass. Actually, here, let's write weight. Okay? Let's actually write weight there. Okay? You can put whatever you want to, but here it's more weight because weight is your mass due to gravity. Okay? Mass is just how much stuff you have in you, just the amount of matter inside of you. So, here we go. Let's talk about the year 2045. 20 years from now. Elon has obviously landed us on Mars. All right? We're on Mars by now. All right? There's Mars coin.
Where's my brother's going?
All right? We have no nickels and pennies by that point. They're all gone. Anyways, so some people still live on Earth. Okay? Most people still live on Earth. Probably me. I trip over a can of paint on Earth. Okay? How does that feel when I trip over a can of paint on Earth? I say, ow. It's full. Okay?
That one's gonna hurt a lot, man.
You know what? We're probably more likely living on the moon, in all honesty. I would say we have a colony on the moon. We probably don't have a colony on Mars yet. In 20 years, I think we could have a colony on the moon.
When I'm 30,
Anyway, let's just go to the moon. Okay?
I want to go to Saturn.
We can't live on Saturn.
I want to dance.
All right?
It's a gas planet. You just fall
Right.
through it.
All right. Shh. Shh. So, back to our can of paint. I kick the can of paint, right, on Earth, and what do I say? Ow. That same can of paint on the moon, does it have the same weight?
No, it doesn't ouch you as much
It doesn't? So it does not ouchie as much on the moon.
because it's less heavy though.
So less gravity.
So we're saying that it's not ouchy as much on the moon.
On the moon, you probably have to create some sort of artificial gravity, though.
So we're talking about on the moon. It's a can of paint, same can of paint. All right, I never used it. I brought it up to my moon house, and I trip over it in my moon house. Is it owie there?
No, you're gonna see our bomb.
Yes.
We probably should define weight and mass before we can answer this question. Weight is an object's force due to gravity. Whereas, I just said whereas, watch out. Mass is the amount of matter in an object. The amount of matter in an object. So, Alex.
Is it mass just always constant?
Mass is constant, right? Is the amount of stuff in my can of paint different on the Earth or the moon?
No.
Which means on the moon, it's the same amount of owie. It hurts the same. But when I trip over on the moon, what's going to happen to that can of paint? It's going to go further. Because on moon, it has less weight. Less weight, but the same amount of stuff in it. Does that make sense? Yes.
Yes.
G-force is, well, hold on. 1G is 9.8 meters per second squared. When you are on a roller coaster at Cedar Point, they may say you're going to experience 2.5 Gs. That means when you go down to the bottom of that hill, you have 2.5 times the force of gravity on your body. When you go over the hill, you got negative Gs. That's when you get that belly jump. All right? You get that belly jump, and those are negative Gs. So, zero gravity, you're just floating or falling, however you want to think about it.
What is the moon have?
The moon has 1/6.
I did get dragged on it.
The moon has 1/6 of the mass of Earth. So if you weigh 100 pounds on Earth, you weigh 16 pounds on the moon. Probably 17. All right? But that's why you can make big, it's cool. All right? Yes. You weigh 1/6 the amount on the moon. So if you weigh 90 pounds here, you weigh I don't know, 12? Something like that. 13? Terminal velocity. Has anybody here ever reached terminal velocity? Raise your hand if you have. Well, I'm asking you if you think you have. Owen thinks he has?
How do you get that?
Great.
I will tell you. Shh, 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 shh. Only one person in this room has reached terminal velocity, and that's me. Because I've been skydiving. All right? In fact, remember, that's how I got engaged, right? Remember, that was the first day of school, all right?
You showed us the video.
I showed you the video of all the interesting things about me. So, did I tell you the story behind it? So, I had the engagement ring, okay? And my wife had, no. My wife knew that on my bucket list, I had 3 things. We're definitely not going to get to that packet today. That's fine. All right?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, we're good. My things on my bucket list were helicopter tour over Hawaii. Check. I've done that now. Go skydiving. So she bought that for my birthday while we were dating. That's back when we had money to spend. All right? When you're first dating and not married or don't have kids, you got money. Okay? You got money to spend. And when you first get married, if you do get married, you're called a dink. Okay? So a dink is a double income, no kids. That's when you got lots of money. All right? That's when you should be paying off all your debt that you have. But anyways, this is before that. So she's going to take me skydiving for my birthday. I'm this is it. At this point, we knew we were in for the long haul. So, what? I'm going to get to that in a second. Well, the third thing is I haven't done yet. Be a contestant on The Price is Right.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. Haven't done that yet. Anyways, so you don't apply. You have to show up to the show. And then from the line of people going in, they test your personality and stuff. And that's how they, would I get on? Yes. Obviously. Anyways.
Have you been to the show?
I've not.
Oh my gosh.
You gotta go 5 days
I know.
before this.
I gotta go. You usually have to go a few days to get on. Anyways, so I painted huge bed sheets. All right. So like huge full-size bed sheets. One said Will, one said you, one said Mary, one said me with a question mark. One said Emily too. All right, just so there was no confusion in the air of other people that we were jumping with. All right. So I had wrote out a whole map. I had called the skydiving place before, and my father-in-law showed up too just to take pictures.
Wait, did he know?
I'd already asked his permission to marry his daughter. Okay. He did not know what was going on though. So Emily and I jump in the car to go to the airport to get in the plane, which if you ever go skydiving, it's a very rickety plane, and it just has like plastic on the side. Like there's just like plastic. They unzip it and it's just like boom, let's go. Anyways, so that we get in the plane, we get in the car to go to the plane, and they ask my father-in-law, like, yeah, you ready? He's like, yeah. Like, you know what the plan is? He's like, yeah, they're gonna jump out of a plane. They're like, okay, let's go to the car, and he has no idea. So then he sees the ring. He's like, oh, this is what's happening. So thankfully, he got to put the ring in his pocket because it was just going to be, I was just entrusting the ring to the skydiving people because I wasn't taking it up in the air with me. So they lay out all these sheets on the ground, and then what's that? Like full size, like queen size. Each one was a queen, like it was huge. So you could see it like way high in the air.
Do you still have them?
I think I do. I think I do.
Show it to
I mean, it would take like the whole space of this room. So I also told them to make sure that my wife jumps out first and I jump out second, but I land first. So my wife jumps out first. And we're also like connected to like another dude because we're going tandem, which is a little weird, but it's fine. All right. So I'm like on the backpack of my dude. And then he's like, you ready? I'm like, yeah. It's like 1, and then on 2 he jumped, which was awesome. So then you're flying, and at that point you're gonna die or live. Like it's like it's amazing. It is. It's true. At that point, there's 2 options. True, but like this is a little more risky. So they took me down faster than my wife. So they ran her parachute higher and like did more circles. They took me down faster. So I get down on the ground. My father-in-law hands me the ring, and then my wife is floating down. I remember it like to this day. No, I'm unstrapped. It's like here I am, the guy's in front of me. No. So her guy, she's attached. She's like, "What's that down there?" And she's like, "Oh yeah." And she like didn't see it. And then like he's like, "No, what's that down there?" And she's just like, "Oh my goodness!" And you can like hear her like screaming when she sees it. So she comes down, she unattaches. All right, I get down on one knee. Propose, and it was just best day. My mom had the spidey senses to know. Thank you. My mom knew it was going to happen. So my mom had this feeling that I was going to get engaged that day somehow. So she had already had like congratulation engagement like presents for us when we got back. So listen, parents have these weird spidey senses and they can tell what's going to happen.
Didn't your mom have spidey sense?
I mean, I was also doing a project in their garage for like multiple nights that week, which I told them not to come out there, which they didn't.
Wait,
But-
you were still living at home?
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't married yet. Huh?
How old were you?
Like low 20s, something like that. Like live at home as long as you can. Save that money. Okay? So, terminal velocity is when the force of air resistance. I know. That was a long story.
Wait, what?
When the force of air resistance is equal to the force of gravity. So when you're skydiving, the object, aka me, stops accelerating and reaches terminal velocity. So when you hit terminal velocity, you can't go any faster, you cannot fall any faster. Yes?
Did you have Deli as a student?
Who?
Andrew, I don't know his last name. They called him Deli. You guys were like 3 years ago.
Delafave?
Yeah,
I believe so.
because he went skydiving when you graduated.
Maybe I inspired him. Anyways, astronauts are in free fall. Let's finish this up. Because there is no air, right? And there is only gravity. When is an object orbiting? Well, it's when it is. How would you guys describe an object orbiting?
Like elliptical or like circle?
When following an elliptical path around an object. Around an object. Stars can orbit planets. Planets can orbit stars. If you've seen Tatooine, Tatooine has 2 suns. So,
Wasn't it 3?
no.
I thought it was 3.
I'm talking Star Wars now, by the way. Tatooine has 2 stars. That is Luke's home planet. That's Luke's home planet. So, projectile motion is a combination of 2 things. What 2 parts? How would you guys describe projectile motion? Yes? Well, let's define it first. It's when an object is shot or launched. This is my other demo for the day. So when an object is shot or launched, there's 2 parts to it. One is vertical, and the other is horizontal. So imagine I had a gun in a field, okay? And I'm going to shoot a gun in a field straight forward. Wide open field. I have the same bullet in my hand, okay? So I shoot the gun, release the bullet in my other hand at the same time. Which one hits first? The bullet going straight down or the bullet going straight forward?
Straight forward.
Straight forward or straight down? Why straight down?
Its direction is to the ground.
So same bullet that's in the gun is in my hand. I shoot one, drop one.
Oh, I thought you meant like the bullet from the gun is dropping.
The bullet from the gun is being shot in the field. All right. So which one hits first? Yes.
I might be incredibly wrong, but don't they drop at the same time?
How would that be possible?
Because of gravity, it's like the same amount of force and stuff.
I got a demo for this. This is probably one of my favorite demos of the year. All right. So here it is. I just got to find what I'm looking for. Aha. So here is my gun. Here are my 2 bullets. Oh, wait. We got to make sure that we're on the screen. Got to make sure we're live. All right. My Nerf gun. But there'd be more air resistance with that. These are the exact same mass. Are those the same mass? Do you agree, Caleb?
Yeah.
Anyone else need to check?
Yeah.
Do you agree that those are the same mass? Yes. You want to try?
JT, he just faked you out so.
You guys believe me?
Yeah, I believe you.
Everyone over there believe me?
I want to hold.
Wait, enough people. Got it. All right. So what I'm going to do, this is a spring-loaded contraption here. All right. I'm going to place one here. And then when I flip this, I'm also going to place one here. When I flip it, all right, it's going to shoot one towards Nick. And the other one is going to drop straight down because this one has a little hole in it. All right, this one's solid. Still the same mass. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this here, like so. Ooh, my hair looks good today. All right. I'm going to put this here. All right, thank you. Appreciate that. And I'm going to flip this up. All right. Can everybody see the 2 balls? It's a little bit easier to also listen to this, but are you guys ready? Watch where these go. I'm going to count 3. Are you guys ready? 1, 2.
Make it to your desk.
1, 2, 3.
Oh my God.
How did they hit?
They hit at the same time.
At the exact same time. Nice job. Alex, toss that to me. All right. Why? Why did they hit at the same time? Not equal and opposite.
You can't change the force of gravity. It's the same.
These have the same what? Same mass.
Same weight.
After they are launched, shh. After they are launched or dropped, like yesterday's force diagram, the only thing acting on them was what?
Gravity.
Gravity. Was there air resistance acting on both of them as well?
Yeah.
But are they the same shape?
Yes.
So they should hit at the exact same time. I was going to show you Mythbusters video, but we'll get to that, all right? Because I'm pretty sure, oh, we got that. In the absence of air resistance, A still equals what?
T squared.
9.8 meters per second squared. when you are sighting in your gun or bow and arrow, all right, what are you doing? If I'm shooting really far away, how do I have to aim? You have to aim above the target. If you're shooting really far away, you're aiming above the target. When you're sighting in your gun or your bow, that's what you're doing, is you are helping to make sure that you are aiming at the right spot. So,
Yeah, like headshots, you always aim above that.
so tomorrow we have a lab. So we have a lab tomorrow. We'll have a bunch of videos on Monday. We'll review Tuesday. Our test is Wednesday. So that's where we're heading. So lab tomorrow. That was a good day of science. Great day of science.
Dude, I thought that thing was actually gonna fly.
Bro, yeah.